That tune was so much fun to do. Special thanks to my buddy John Button for playing bass on that. He plays in a little band called The Who. He absolutely killed it. He busted out his Rickenbacker, and it sounded so cool. So thanks, John. This is, of course, a video for the Alex Lifeson signature ToneX collection. I wore my Farewell to Kings shirt today. I'm a massive Rush fan. I once waited out all night for Rush tickets. It was the Power Windows Tour, 1985. I waited all night. I got the tickets in the morning. This is pre-Ticketmaster and all that BS. You used to be able to wait out in line, and if you were like first in line, you'd get great seats. $20 or $15 or whatever tickets cost back then. So I waited out all night. I got second row floor. So stoked. A couple months later, the concert came, and it was wintertime, and I remember it was super cold out and snowing, and I made my way all the way to the Edmonton Northlands Coliseum, and I got there, and the show had been canceled. That sucked. Anyways, I saw him a couple years later for the first time on the Presto tour. All right, more about the plugin. You can, of course, use these sounds in the ToneX plugin, or you can load them on a ToneX pedal. And there's some iconic amplifiers in here from Alex's career. New amplifiers, older amplifiers. Let's just go over them. The 4140 from Marshall Club and Country Combo. So I was so stoked to see this included, because this is an amplifier that, first of all, I don't think very many other people used at all. It's very unpopular Marshall, but Alex used it to great effect. And I think Alex used to blend the amp with other amplifiers, like sometimes with high watt. I digress a little here because I was gonna maybe get the chance to interview Alex for this video. Didn't end up happening, it didn't come to fruition, but I had so many questions for him and a lot about the way that he used the 4140s, both by themselves and in combination with other amplifiers. It was kind of Marshall's answer to Fender, I think. It was a cleaner amp, combo amp. And the way, as I understand it, that Alex used to use them back in the day was sometimes he'd run a clean one and then run a dirty amp, maybe two Club and Countries, or maybe sometimes like the 4140 and a high watt maybe at the same time. I'm not sure, but this is the things that I wanted to ask him. So Alex, if you ever watch this, I gotta ask you these questions. I'm so curious. I've been curious for 35 years. But anyway, I was so happy to see that amp included because that's some classic Rush old school stuff right there, the 4140. In the song at the beginning of the video, I actually used it like I just said. So what I did was I tracked a couple of guitar parts. I copied the parts onto another track. I hard panned them left and right, a left part and a right part. Copied both those parts. So now I've got 4 tracks going. And then I pulled up a couple of the Club and Countries and I used them clean with chorus. So more on that in a little bit, but I did the blend of clean, dirty thing that I think that Rush used to do in the studio. And the neat thing about that is you can get great articulation on like arpeggios and stuff, but you can still have a dirty sound in there as well. And then you can just blend the clean with the dirty. One thing that you can do in plug-in land that is so easy, that's next to impossible unless you have a big room when you're actually recording old school style with amplifiers and microphones. Like I don't even do that here. I don't generally track 2 amps at once because I just don't have that much space in the other room and that many mics and that many tie lines into my other room. Okay, so some of the other amps that are included, the 6100 from Marshall. That was the 30th anniversary 3-channel, I believe the first 3-channel Marshall amplifier that they ever made. Came out in the late 90s, as I remember. And once again, not a super popular amplifier that a lot of people used, but I think Ty Tabor used it, and he's totally one of my guitar heroes, as well as Alex. So that's pretty cool. I remember playing through one back in the day, and I thought it sounded really cool. So I used that for some of the parts on the track at the beginning of the video. We've also got Alex's signature Triumph from Hughes and Kettner represented in this collection. So that was an amplifier that he used for a long time on records and on tour. Signature Hughes and Kettner, I believe 3-channel amplifier. And last but not least, of course, the Lerxt Omega. So Lerxt is Alex's new, relatively new, amplifier venture with Mojotone. Now, for a little while, I think Alex was using Jubilee model Marshalls, and then they sort of based the first Lerxt model off of those good old Marshall Jubilees that came out in the 80s. I've not had a chance to play through a real one yet. It's always kind of the neat things with software is you can try out amplifiers that you might not get to try in the real world and kind of get a sense of what they sound like, at least from the software. Now, there's some great effects included as well in the collection. There's chorus, flanger, delay, reverb, compression, noise gate. And I've used all of those on that track at the beginning of the video. Can't do a Rush style song without some modulation, flange, chorus, all that good stuff. So I'm going to break down those parts from the song at the beginning of the video. I'm going to show you pictures up on the screen of presets that I used. I started out with Alex's presets and then just kind of tweaked from there. So let's get on with it. It is the Alex Lifeson Signature Collection for ToneX IK Multimedia. Here we go. So that's the Omega amplifier. Now let's listen to just the clean parts. This is the 4140 with some chorus. And now let's give a listen to both amplifiers blended together, cleans and dirties. For the fourth part in the song at the beginning of the video, this is the chimey harmonics a la Red Barchetta. And this is the 6100 as well. And I should mention, you can see in the photo, I used a ton of compression. I got the threshold set, so it's like, you know, kicking in really fast when I play. And that evened out all the harmonics, just made them sustain, and that's what I wanted. And there you have it. It's the Alex Lifeson signature collection for ToneX. Just fantastic. I really had fun. 48 hours ago, I'd never tried this plugin, so I was able to get some really cool results out of it right away. Had fun writing that track and working it up. Thanks to John for playing bass on it on really short notice. Just a great sounding collection. You know, you could use this for a lot of different styles of music. It's not just if you're into cool progressive rock, anything from country to rock and roll to even metal, you know, you could do with this collection. And the effects sound terrific, I should say, as well. The chorus, the flanger, the delay, and the compression works great, all that good stuff. So thanks IK Multimedia for bringing us great fun stuff to use, great tools for musicians. Thanks Alex Lifeson for all the inspiration over the years. You are a legend. Check it out further at the link down there in the video description below. Click there. It'll take you to more info about the Alex Lifeson signature collection for ToneX. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. Take care out there. Be nice to one another. Over and out. See you soon.